My husband always brings up the fact that I love pillows and we have way too many pillows in our home.
Exactly.
So if you need some good tips to go back to your spouse of why you need more pillows, this is a great video for you.
Exactly. So you mean we're going to be giving them counsel to tell their husbands why they need all 10 of these pillows.
Yes.
It's to complete the look.
Pillows are only for display, Teal.
Okay.
They're not for functional use.
Okay. Pillows really are one of the most important parts of accessorizing. It really brings the look together. When you have a sofa, whether it's neutral or it has texture or pattern in its fabric, a way to really bring the whole space together is through accessories. And accessories can be challenging. To accessorize a tray or to accessorize a coffee table in just the right way takes skill and talent. But I gotta tell you, a really accessible way to bring decor and finish your living room or bedroom is through pillows. We don't want it to be too intimidating. So obviously size matters. And I usually like to think about my pillows being a little bit larger on the larger side. It's actually really hard to find a 24 or 26 square pillow at retail stores. So oftentimes you're gonna have some links that you're gonna be able to refer to get some larger pillows, but I do like a larger pillow because I like how it comes above my back. But very common sizes that you can get in the retail stores are 20-inch or 22-inch square. And you layer those sizes from back to front. So you would start with the 24 or 22, and then you go to 18 or 16, and then maybe a fun little shape that we can talk about later. But size really does matter. And the depth of your sofa will also dictate how much fluff and how big of a pillow your sofa or your chair, if it's a small chair, or a club chair, if it's a big chair or a large sofa, it can handle more pillow. So the size of what you're styling matters, and it has a relationship to the size of pillow.
So one tip that I love to give my clients is to look at the shapes that you're using. So if you have a square, maybe pair it with a smaller rectangle. If you have a square, maybe you pair it with a circular shape. If you have a rectangle, maybe the next size is a smaller rectangle, but just make sure to vary in size and shape so it adds a lot of interest and dimension to your sofa. One thing that we also like to do is to add texture. So one way that you can do that is think about bringing velvet or fur or leather into the space and mixing that with your linen.
If you want to take it to another level and get pretty designy, interior designers love to add fringe or roping around the perimeter of the pillow. You pay for the welting or the roping that you put fabric around, the labor and the installation of that. So it's an expensive, but a really fun detail that you can add to pillows.
When you think about what pillows you want to bring into your room, think about what the color palette is for your space. So you're gonna have a sofa, a rug, wall paint colors that are gonna anchor that room color. Bring in fun pillow colors, but make sure they work with those colors that are anchoring your space, like the couch color and like the rug color and the paint color.
If you want to learn more about that whole topic, we have other blogs and YouTube videos that teach you in-depth information about how to select a color palette, how to select a rug or a sofa, or create a color palette. So Wendy, something I like to think about when I'm working with pillows and starting to accessorize a sofa, let's say for pillows, is I think about mixing and matching patterns. And a little designy rule of thumb, a tip we try to think about, is that your pattern sizes aren't the same. So you wouldn't have a dot this size and a square this size. You would have maybe a small little dot as a pattern and a larger repeat of a pattern next to it. So you mix and match patterns and sizes.
So when I think about patterns, I think about pulling in the colors that I'm using for maybe the featured pillow. Like let's say your starting 20-inch pillow or your 22-inch pillow, does it have blue in it?
Right.
Then find another pillow. It doesn't have to be the same brand that pulls that same blue color in, but maybe it brings in additional colors with that or a different pattern, and really just play with it to see what works well in your space. So another thing that I think people get hung up on is balancing
symmetry.
The pillows on the couch.
Totally.
But actually, it can look better if you do an odd number of pillows. So having one on one side and not one on the other, or having three on one side and not one on the other, it can look really interesting and fun. So try it out if you're not loving the symmetrical look.
So you can have a neutral sofa and bring in a whole different color palette or arrangement of patterns and textures of pillows, and it changes the whole room. So to figure out what's gonna work before you invest in all these pillows, you can either bring home samples or swatches that you order online from the pillow companies or retail stores and bring the swatches into your space and see if they work before you go through the brain damage of getting the pillow, ordering the insert, having the pillow cover, and going down that whole road of adding pillows to your sofa. The whole key here is, you guys, is don't try to remember what your rug or your sofa or your pillow fabric is. Get the samples, get the items together as much as possible before you commit. Yeah. Bring your paint chip, bring a pillow that you're excited to put on the new sofa you're shopping for. So the key is don't try to remember, get the samples.
In this bedroom, we're talking about the size. And earlier in the couch, we were talking about how you want a larger pillow in the back. Well, that's exactly what you would do in a bedroom. So you have the larger pillow in the back, a slightly smaller pillow right in the front, and then a lumbar that really adds that detail across the front.
Exactly. And you could even, if you didn't want to do the lumbar and your husband's really going to get mad about this, you could do another smaller pillow in front of these two. The challenge is the larger bed you have, if you have a California king or a king, these darn pillows need to get bigger. A lot of times people put a third row in there. In a queen or a twin, your pillows are gonna obviously be closer together and you're gonna have a different expression. It's the king size beds that really give you the challenge that I tend to go, I mean, this is a 26 by 26 square pillow. Ding, ding, ding. Here is a great tip. So obviously these back pillows are enormous because I'm trying to put them on a king bed. In order to fill this pillow cover, which is 26 by 26, my filler inside is 2 inches bigger. Get it on Amazon, full down. It's 28 by 28, and that sucker will stuff all 4 corners.
So one question I get all the time is, great, I love the look of pillows on my bed, but what the heck do I do with them when I need to sleep? Where do they go? On the floor? So our suggestion is to get a basket or have a bench with storage where you can put the pillows in at night so you can sleep and your husband won't be mad at you.
Yeah, because he wants them off the bed and we don't want them on the floor. They're expensive and pretty.
Thank you so much for watching our YouTube video today about pillow styling. We hope you learned something new. Please watch our other YouTube videos to learn other tips about how to pick a rug, how to pick a sofa, and our Instagram has shorter clips if your attention span is like mine.
Okay, if you do that, we will look like lovers. So can you stop that? I love a big pillow behind my back. Yeah, Juggy. Okay. Hey, Josh. And he just wants to get on the sofa, so we're gonna go with that. Okay.
Doug.